It's like hell came to town that day. You're just thinking this can't be happening. This is worse than a nightmare.
Here at this equestrian training center 70 kilometers north of San Diego, there's little evidence of the inferno. No fire scars, no burn marks, except those etched on their skin. When the Lilac Fire tore through San Diego County, the hundreds of palm trees that lined this road lit up like Roman candles.
Fiery darts shooting into your barn.
And your barn was?
Yeah, it was right
here?
Right here, yeah.
Herrick's filly, Lovely Finish, was inside. He had no choice, he says, but to go in after her.
These deep burns in my elbow and all this is, that's permanent.
Herrick spent 12 days in the burn unit. As for Lovely Finish, about half of her body was severely burned.
A lot of people didn't think she'd make it through the night.
Tragically, almost 50 horses died, including 6 Herrick trained or owned, some of them perishing after they ran back into their burning stalls. Massive fires are becoming more common in California, but the regulations governing facilities like these haven't changed. For instance, there were no sprinklers here. The law still doesn't require them, despite calls from animal rights activists to make them mandatory.
It's the most life-saving thing that you can do for these animals is to have sprinkler systems.
They installed the fire sprinklers.
After the deadly fire, this training center now has installed them.
It's kind of like shutting the door after the horse is already loose.
Some horse owners say with the increasing severity and frequency of fires, not enough is being done to protect the animals. So one Canadian is taking matters into her own hands. Vancouver-born Dahlia McPhee is a well-known Hollywood fashion designer based in LA. Last year, she and her horse Wolfie barely escaped this fire that raged through the Malibu area. So she designed this.
It's basically an emergency evacuation blanket.
The EquiSafe blanket.
You see, it's not catching on fire, which is great. I'd like that the code be changed, that all horse blankets should have some level of fire retardancy in them.
I'm not going to let this fire defeat me or ruin my life.
For Herrick and Lovely Finish, even this slow walk is a win. For a long time, his filly was scared to walk by the spot where his barn used to be.
And now that doesn't even bother her, so I think she's put the whole thing behind her.
Incredibly, 10 months after the fire, his horse was back at the tracks, racing.
I didn't care if she ever ran again.
Herrick still has nightmares, he says, of his other horses, the ones that ran back into the barn and never came out.
But having her helps, doesn't it, hon? Yeah.
Through the pain and the nightmares, he says, she makes the unbearable bearable. Kim Brunhuber, CBC News, Bonsall, California.